Bonjour, welcome to another French tutorial by Madame Carole. Today we're going to be talking about le comparatif avec des adjectifs. So we're just going to focus on le comparatif with adjectives. I know there are a lot of really awesome, great videos out there that compare adjectives and adverbs and noun, but today we're just going to focus on comparing with adjectives. Révision. So first, let's review just a little bit. We know that every noun in French has gender, right? So it either is masculine or feminine. So for example, une table, we know that table is feminine because of une table. Un bureau, a desk. Even though it's not a person, it is a thing. It still has gender in French, and it is a masculine noun. Un bureau. Une femme is a woman, it is feminine, right? Femme, feminine. And un homme, a man, is masculine, and we know that because of un homme. We also know that every noun in French has numbers. Either it is singular or it is plural. So here we have un garçon, one boy, or a boy. We know that it is singular because it is using the indefinite article un, and there's no s. Right? Des garçons, plural, it has an s, and it uses the article des. Une fille, feminine, singular, we know because it uses une. A des filles is plural with an s on fille, and using des is our adjective. We also know that adjectives in French must agree in both gender and number, right? So it has to agree masculine, feminine, and it has to agree is it singular or plural. We must do both of those things to make our adjectives agree with the noun that it modifies. But today we're going to be focusing on le comparatif. What happens when we want to compare two things using adjectives? So let's start in English. What is the comparative in English? Well, in English, if we want to compare things using superiority, we use more plus adjective, or we add er to the end of our adjective and then use than. So for example, she is, using that verb to be, she is more intelligent, so using more and then our adjective intelligent than Alice. So again, showing that superiority, she is more intelligent than Alice. His family is, again, using that verb to be, his family is richer than mine. So our adjective was rich. To make it part of the superiority, we add er to the end. His family is richer than mine. We can also compare things using inferiority, which would be less plus your adjective than. So for example, your teacher is, again, still using that verb to be, your teacher is less strict than mine. Right? So we have less adjective than. This actress is less famous than that actor. Again, using less to show that inferiority, and then our adjective, and then than. And lastly, we can also show equality. So in English, we use as, adjective as. So for example, you are, again, using that verb to be, you are as talkative as me. Or you are as talkative as I am. This dress is as pretty as that dress. So we're showing equality or equality. In English, we were going to use as, adjective as. Maintenant, en français. En français, la supériorité, on utilise plus ou plus, ça dépend où en France, plus adjectif que. Plus adjectif que. Elle est, voilà, on utilise être, oui, le verbe être. Elle est plus intelligente qu'Alice. On utilise plus pour la supériorité. Adjectif intelligente et oh, voilà, on doit faire l'accord parce que elle est féminine, intelligente qu'Alice. Sa famille est, on utilise être encore, sa famille est plus riche que la mienne. Voilà, en anglais, on utilise ER, mais en français, on utilise plus. Sa famille est plus riche que la mienne. Voilà. Pour l'infériorité, on utilise moins, adjectif, que. Moins, adjectif, que. Ton prof est moins strict que le mien. Hein? Ton prof est moins strict que le mien. Voilà, ton prof, c'est le nom, le sujet. Être, le verbe être, moins adjectif strict que le mien. Ici, cette actrice-ci est moins célèbre que cet acteur-là. Voilà, on utilise être, moins adjectif que pour l'infériorité. Et pour l'égalité, on utilise aussi adjectif que. Aussi adjectif que. Par exemple, tu es, on utilise être encore, tu es aussi bavard que moi. Voilà, aussi, l'égalité, aussi, adjectif bavard que moi. Cette robe-ci est aussi jolie. Voilà, on doit faire l'accord encore jolie avec eux à cause de cette robe-ci. Est aussi jolie que cette robe-là. Aussi, adjectif que. C'est presque la même chose que l'anglais. Attention, l'adjectif doit toujours faire l'accord avec le nom. Oui, masculin, féminin, singulier, pluriel, n'est-ce pas? Elle est plus intelligente qu'Alice. Voilà. Ici, on ajoute E à cause d'elle. Oui, intelligente, c'est féminine à cause d'elle, qui est aussi féminine. Elle est plus intelligente qu'Alice. Cette robe-ci est aussi jolie que cette robe-là. Jolie, on ajoute E à cause de cette robe. Robe féminine, on utilise E. Cette robe-ci est aussi jolie que cette robe-là. Et ces filles sont moins bavardes que ces garçons. Voilà, bavarde, on utilise ES à cause de ces filles. Féminine, pluriel, on ajoute ES. Ces filles sont moins bavardes que ces garçons. Practicons. Now we're going to practice just a little bit. First part of this is just vocabulary, knowing plus, moins, and aussi. So pause the video and write down these full complete sentences in your notes, practicing with using plus, moins, and aussi. Practicons. Let's see what those sentences look like. Numéro 1, we have this plus sign here. Ma prof est plus vieille que ton prof. So, ma prof, we know that it's feminine because of the possessive adjective ma. We have vieille, which is also feminine. We're just going to use plus. Right? And plus does not change. Right? Plus vieille que ton prof. Alex est moins grand que Rachid. Right? So that negative sign, moins grand que Rachid. L'infériorité. Yeah? Et 3, Chloé est aussi passionnée que Manuel. Bien, equal sign, aussi. Ta sœur est moins petite que mon frère. That negative sign, again, we're going to use moins. Moins is always going to stay exactly the same, but your adjective will need to agree. Moins petite que. Ce bateau est plus nouveau que le nôtre. Plus, the plus sign, ce bateau est plus nouveau que le nôtre. Nouveau, masculin singulier, masculin singular, because of ce bateau. Et equal sign, cette lumière est aussi brillante que celle-ci. Aussi does not change, right? It's just the adjective that adds that E because of cette lumière. Practicons. So we're going to continue practicing with this next slide. So kind of taking it one step further. Here I have given you plus, minus, or equal. So again, practicing those comparative phrases, the vocab of it. And I've also given you your adjective in the masculine singular form. So you'll have to figure out how are you going to complete the sentence using the comparative phrase plus, moins, ou aussi. And then how would you change this adjective so that it agrees with the noun that it modifies, which is going to be the subject right here. So you can pause the video and write down these full complete sentences practicing those comparative phrases in French. Alors, so let's look at what these sentences are going to look like. So here we have this plus sign, so we know that we're going to use the comparative phrase plus, and then we need to make sure that that adjective diligent also agrees with the noun that it is modifying. So Anne-Marie is une fille, it's a girl. Anne-Marie est plus diligente que Sophie. So plus sign is plus. And diligente, we need to add that extra E because Anne-Marie est une fille. And she's a girl. We need to make it feminine singular. Que Sophie. Yeah, let's not forget our connecting word. Anne-Marie est plus diligente que Sophie. Deux, here we have a minus sign, so now we're going to use moins and then strict and figure out how we're going to make this change to agree with the noun that it modifies. Mes profs, we can see here with the mes and prof avec S, it is plural. So mes profs sont moins stricts que vos profs. Yeah? Ils sont moins, minus sign, moins strict avec S. And we need to add that S because mes profs is masculine plural. Mes profs sont moins stricts que vos profs. Et trois, equal sign, we're now going to use aussi and vieux, or one of our irregular adjectives when it changes to feminine and also plural. Nos voitures, we know that it's plural. We also know, we've memorized that voiture is feminine. So nos voitures sont aussi vieilles que la voiture de Monsieur Meng. Yeah? Aussi, our comparative phrase, aussi vieille, changing vieux into feminine plural. So remember the old woman has two eyes. Aussi vieille que la voiture de Monsieur Meng. Alright, the last little bit of practice is going to be a little bit more open-ended. I've given you two pictures here. Cette robe-ci et cette robe-là. Hein? Écrivez trois phrases qui comparent ces deux images. So be creative. Soyez créatif, but be creative. Try to come up with three different phrases that compare these two dresses. So you can kind of imagine what they might cost, what their lengths are, things like that. So try to write down three different sentences. Try to use plus, moins, and aussi. You can pause the video, and then once you have those three sentences written, press play, and I'll give you some examples. Cette robe-ci et cette robe-là. Yeah? So an example sentence could be cette robe-ci est plus courte que cette robe-là. Right? So cette robe, we know it's feminine because of our demonstrative adjective cette. Cette robe-ci est plus courte, making sure that this adjective is feminine. Que, don't forget your connecting word, que cette robe-là. Ou cette robe-là est moins chère que cette robe-ci. Yeah? So this robe here, cette robe-là est moins chère. It's less expensive et moins cher que cette robe-là. Cette robe-ci, désolé. Voilà. Et cette robe-ci est aussi belle que cette robe-là. Right? So cette robe-ci, this dress here is as beautiful as, et aussi belle que cette robe-là, this dress here. So these are just a couple example sentences that you may have written. If you have some sentences that you'd like me to correct, you can add them into the comments below, and I'll take a look at them. Merci beaucoup. Thank you for watching this short video. I hope that it's helped you just a little bit more with comparing adjectives in French. Merci beaucoup et au revoir.